You think your trauma is hidden, but manipulators can spot it in seconds, not because you tell them, but because your nervous system does. They notice what most people miss: the pause before you speak, the way you soften your tone, the instinct to explain yourself. That's not personality, that's conditioning, and manipulators are trained to look for it. They don't ask about your past. They watch how you react to pressure, because reactions reveal history. And in a moment, you'll understand why that matters. Most people think manipulators hunt confidence. They don't. They hunt predictability, especially trauma-based predictability. If you learn to survive by adapting, they see opportunity. If you learn that safety had conditions, they take notes. If you learn to keep the peace, they lean in. This is where control begins, not with force, with familiarity, because trauma creates patterns, and patterns can be exploited. Manipulators start slow, always slow. They never reveal their intentions up front. They test first: a small boundary crossed, a comment that feels off, a joke that stings slightly. Then they watch. Do you speak up, or do you minimize it? Do you correct them, or do you laugh it off? Your response decides everything. If you freeze, they remember. If you apologize, they remember. If you explain, they remember. Because tolerance is information, and trauma survivors tolerate more than they should. Not because they're weak, because they're trained. Trained to keep things stable, trained to avoid escalation, trained to survive discomfort silently. Manipulators rely on that training. They mirror safety first. Because safety lowers defenses, they listen closely, they validate deeply, they make you feel understood, seen, chosen. But while bonding, they're collecting data. What scares you? What soothes you? What makes you comply? They don't connect, they map. That's why it feels intense so quickly, because intensity creates trust, and trust creates access. Soon, pressure is introduced. Subtle at first, a request framed as a need, a boundary framed as selfishness, a reaction framed as overreacting. Your trauma fills in the gaps. You start self-correcting, second-guessing, trying harder. This is not love, it's conditioning. Manipulators also exploit guilt, especially trauma-based guilt. If you were taught to be responsible for others' emotions, they make you responsible for theirs. Their anger becomes your fault. Their silence becomes your problem. Their mood becomes your job. You start managing them. So they don't have to manage themselves. This is emotional labor disguised as intimacy, and it exhausts you slowly. Another tactic is emotional withdrawal. Affection given, then removed. Attention offered, then withheld. Your nervous system panics because inconsistency feels dangerous. So you chase stability, not realizing they control when it returns. They create the pain, then relieve it. That creates attachment, not connection, attachment formed through threat relief. Your body bonds to whoever calms the fear, even if they caused it. That's why leaving feels impossible. Your body thinks survival depends on them. Manipulators reinforce this subtly. They position themselves as the only safe place, the only one who understands, the only one who stays. Isolation follows naturally, not by force, by suggestion. They question your support system. They reframe concern as betrayal. They make outside voices feel unsafe. Soon, you rely on them for reality. They also rewrite your past. They minimize what hurt you. They normalize what damaged you. They say things like, "That wasn't abuse. You're too sensitive. You survived it, so it made you stronger." This erodes your trust in yourself. Because if your pain is invalid, your boundaries are negotiable. Manipulators also exploit hope. Trauma survivors believe people can change because they had to believe that once. They stay longer than they should. Waiting for potential, ignoring patterns. Manipulators promise growth without proof, change without consistency, just enough to keep you invested. Every forgiveness teaches them what you'll tolerate. Every second chance extends their reach, until your self-respect erodes quietly. But here's what breaks the cycle: awareness. Because trauma responses are learned, and what is learned can be unlearned. The moment you stop over-explaining, you disrupt their control. The moment you allow discomfort instead of appeasing, you regain leverage. Manipulators rely on automatic responses, not strength, not intelligence. They lose power when you pause, when you respond instead of react. When you let silence exist, clarity is dangerous to manipulators because clarity removes ambiguity, and ambiguity is where they operate. You don't need to confront aggressively. You need to be consistent. Boundaries don't need justification. No is complete. Distance is information. Silence is data. Your trauma is not a flaw. It's a history. And history only controls you until you understand it. Once you see the pattern, you stop repeating it. And that's when manipulators disappear. Not because you fight them, but because they can no longer use you.